Hello everyone, welcome back to the Divine Speaker. If you haven't watched the previous part, go watch it, or if you haven't watched anything, play the game yourself, or I also have a playlist for the LP. Wasn't until today that I realized I might still be playing on the 1.0 version of the game, so there might be some fixes, some typos fixed. Some other things fixed. I've been playing 1.0 the whole time. It's just because when I open the itch app, it's just like, here are the updated versions, and I'm like, which one's which? and I can't tell until I actually like go into my game, like my computer files, and I noticed, and I was like, I see my error, but it's fine. I don't know when updates will like mess something up or not, so. Yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. I'm back from vacation. I have been back. Unfortunately, today I got a little sick. But I need to record something because it is late in the week and I need something to edit tomorrow. So let's jump in. We stopped at an intense place. So we're starting at an intense place, right? Maybe? Let's go. Everything was quiet. It was the middle of the night, so it was to be expected. But something felt different. It almost felt like Oxapor. A deathly quiet. One that made it feel on edge, as if something evil was waiting around every corner. Just as I was scanning around the area, two women approached us.
Can you feel it?
A powerful, all-encompassing presence. Did you find where he's hiding?
With this gaudy show of power, I don't think you can call it hiding.
There's no need to find him. It's obvious where he'll be. He took the body of the king's advisor, so... We should search the palace.
So that was his goal. To use the royalty as a puppet. To start a holy war. He's even stronger than the last time we met. I fear for the townspeople.
It's so empty. Not just physically, but I've lived here for nearly 18 years. It's never felt like this before.
Caspian.
But we can do it. Maybe a little adventure will do me good.
You haven't lost it after all.
Leos, Fawn.
There's no point in dawdling here. Let's go.
Let's go! Where guards would usually stand watching over the palace, there was no one. The gates laid open, almost inviting us in. Ah, man. We exchanged glances between us. None of us had a good feeling, but there was little choice but to push onwards. Oh. Our steps echoed through the huge, gaudy room. It was dark, only the moonlight lit the interior. I never thought I'd find myself in a palace, and especially not under these circumstances.
He's close.
Even with all of us together, do we stand a chance? Is there a plan I should know about?
I think you can take that as a no.
Great.
Then, our only option is to overwhelm him.
That's right.
As we all quietly chatted, soft footsteps approached from an unknown direction. They got closer and closer until...
Leos! Fawn!
Are they Leos and Fawn, though? Okay.
Guys, snap out of it!
When I rushed forward towards them, Varys blocked me with his arm.
They won't hesitate to hurt you as they are right now.
My babies! I've missed them. Oh my god, it's been so long.
I've never seen such precise control.
The power of a speaker, amplified by the power of a god. He's terrifying.
Keep going. I'll deal with these two.
Ilron!
Ilron!
Come on. Have some faith in me. You think I can't hold my own against the forest boy and the twig?
Oh no. Maybe not. They can be very deadly. One was an assassin. The other one has some hidden power that we don't know about yet. Maybe you'll figure it out if you play the routes. Okay. Oh yes. The voice acting for Fawn's route has been updated, so that's you can get all of the routes now. They're all voice acted. Go, be free. Buy the game. Links in the description.
Don't be reckless.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Cass?
I'll stay behind too.
Oh,
Why?
I don't have the power to fight gods like all of you. All the passion in the world won't change that. Kicking a few kids' asses, well, that I can do.
a look of worry and longing passed over Emil's face, but he clamped, yes. But he clamped his mouth shut and nodded solemnly? Is that how you say it?
Don't die. You hear me?
Oh.
We have too much catching up to do.
Wouldn't dream of it.
God. Juan and Leos moved to block us as we passed, but a kick from Elrond and their attention... wow. Blah. But a kick from Elrond and their attention was diverted. Varys' face was blank, but there was a stream of emotions passing over him under that, I could tell. We passed through a corridor and came out to another large room. In it were cages. At first I thought they were empty, but as we approached we saw masses moving inside of them. They were so tightly wedged that their faces pressed into the bars, and their bloodshot eyes all shot towards us.
Humans.
Oh,
And gods. His meals.
that's disgusting.
How could he do so much in such a short amount of time?
He's been planning this for far too long. Perhaps since before he died.
It's fucked. Whoa! A shadow flung out of a dark corner and pounced, and our weights combined skidded across the polished floor.
Rain! Get off of me! We're here to help you.
The runes spun around me as I struggled to throw off the weight. Only a second later, whatever had brought me to the ground skittered back into the dark shadows that plagued the room. When I looked up, Sign was standing above me with Varys at his side. It seemed that a kick in the stomach did the trick.
What's wrong with them?
Oh, their minds are beyond broken. There may yet be some sanity left in them.
If there is, it's buried deep down.
I forgot Elliot was here. I was thinking about, I wonder if Elliot's still with us.
They're everywhere. In every doorway, every shadow. They used to be people. People Lucius's control was too powerful for, and now they're broken. What better use for delirious, maddened husks of flesh than as guard dogs?
If he wasn't already expecting us, he is now.
How will we pass them?
Sylvir, Morwen, you're with me. We'll clear the way and take out anyone that comes after you, then free the people in the cages.
We'll find you as soon as possible. Be safe, my children.
We can't waste the time they're giving us. Come on, quickly!
Through another doorway, and finally we came out in a grand chamber. A throne sat on the opposite end of the room. Fuck you. Huh, a king on his throne. Achievement unlocked. Why are we having this music? On it, leaning back with his legs propped up, was Lucius in all his glory.
Wow, you actually made it all the way here? I'm impressed. Oh, but you're missing a few. Well, a couple of people sacrificed along the way is no big deal. Just getting rid of the weak links, right?
Fuck up. Why is this music playing?
Wait a moment. No, you still brought a weakling. How bold of you.
Shut up.
We have no weak links.
Oh, you know, the green-haired one. Talks big, but he has nothing to back it up. Don't worry. My underlings will deal with him. I can't promise a quick death, though.
I'm sorry, are you having some trouble comprehending what he said? He said we don't have any weak links.
Who are you again? Oh, that's right. The little blonde one with the mommy problems. What are you doing here anyway? Can you actually do anything?
I'm here to kick your ass, obviously.
Hell yes, I woo.
I'm so scared.
It's time for this to end. Just stand down and we won't have to hurt you.
His laugh echoed through the room, bouncing off every surface.
Me? Stand down? If this is a joke, it's not a very funny one.
It's no joke. It's time to end this, Lucius.
Oh, if it isn't my puppet, the young master speaker himself.
You have no right to call me that. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Show him a meal.
Do you think that
Oh
all
God,
of
I
your
want this to
sins
end
will be
good.
forgiven if you stand on their side? No matter what you do, you can't change.
I can try.
Perhaps I can make you a place at my side, if you beg.
Ew.
Never again will I allow myself to be used by you.
Really? Even after the way Caspian betrayed you, you'd stand against me?
They talked it out. They're fine.
Caspian did nothing wrong. I know the truth. I know what you did.
Boring. You've become exceedingly like him. How revolting.
But as much as I hate him, he's so beautiful. Ah, I'm so bad.
So full of youthful spirit and adventure. Utterly sickening.
We've brought others. If we have to fight, then we will.
Let me get this straight. I'm meant to be afraid of a washed-up old man, a powerless god, a boy that's only good at lying, and someone that barely knows his left from right. I'm shaking.
What part do you not understand? We won't sit idly by as you rip away humanity's freedom.
Humans don't want freedom. They want someone strong to look up to, someone that they can blindly follow. I'm just filling that gap.
Your view is clouded by a lifetime of solitude in Aurelia Cavella. These people don't wish for a dictator. They wish to continue their life in peace.
Then their mindset needs to be corrected.
Like the mind-broken people you have scampering about?
He shrugged. His face, which up until now had been mocking, became blank.
Who will miss a few people?
They...
I'm growing tired of this. You mean to lecture me?
You have no right to do this!
I have every right. The world I'll create will have no need for speakers. We will walk freely among my people, and they will bow down to us. However, I'm considering taking on someone to help. An assistant, if you will.
Oh.
An assistant?
Oh, a woman after my own heart. Fine. Perhaps I'd even consider letting you rule beside me.
Mother?
Oh, no, son. No.
My darling son. How lovely to see you.
Girl, you're gonna get rid of so fast. Unless you have something to lord over him.
What happened to disowning me?
We're family, are we not? We can put all of this behind us.
Oh my god.
Join me, Synaculus.
You are not my family.
Excuse me? I'll give you one chance to correct that tone.
I said you're not my family! You don't know what family means!
After all I've done for you.
What have you done for me?
Your entire life was because of me. Your money, your clothes, your food, everything you've ever done was thanks to me.
You don't deserve to get praised for the bare minimum.
Ooh.
You're nothing without me. Do you hear? Nothing.
I don't care! I will happily be nothing if I can spend the rest of my life surrounded by people that love me!
Oh my god. Hold on. Eddie, you're doing a very good job and it's making me feel things.
My, oh my. Our family quarrel is just heartbreaking. Come on, hug and make up already.
Mother, you have one chance to leave this place and avoid what's going to happen to you.
You have no business threatening me. I stand on the winning side.
What do you say? Fancy a fight with your son?
Oh god, are you gonna turn her monstrous?
Me? Fight? Don't be silly.
I really have found an annoying woman. Fine, bring in one of the others.
Oh my god. With a single click of his fingers, the whole room rumbled before white bricks flew all around the room. We all scattered, careful not to get hit by any. As the dust settled around us, we saw who had entered the room! It is Fawn! With his mighty strength. God, Fawn. His clothes were dirty, and his face was blank.
What about Elrond and Caspian?
Lucius smiled in response, reclining back further into the throne.
Who knows? Maybe they're already dead.
No, Ilron wouldn't perish so easily.
Whatever you want to think, I don't care what you believe.
Stay back with sign. Oh wait. Okay. It was the one. It was the one. It was the one that was like on the list that I was like waiting forever for. Where I was like, did I choose the right choice? Where am I? Where am I on this? Chart of getting a good end. If you want cheat sheet, you gotta buy the art book. I always added that at the end of like in my description. That's why my description is long for this LP, because I use a guide and the guidebook is included in the art book. Spoilers, by the way, in the art book apparently. I haven't looked at the art book, so so we're gonna stay back with sign. I stood back looking at Fawn. He's in there, right? We can save him, right?
Fawn, please listen to us! We're your friends!
It was no use. My voice wasn't reaching him. He continued to stare in my direction blankly before he suddenly raised his hand. In the throne, I could see Lucius puppeting his movements, controlling his every move. Suddenly, a beam-like lance went flying through the air, directed at Fawn. He caught it with his outstretched hand before pointing it at Sign.
What is that?
Pure strength. A combination of many souls, all poured into a single vessel.
How can you tell?
It's the same thing he injured Ilron with before.
My hand absent-mindedly found the wrapped wound on my shoulder, the injury I took from Ilron.
Not only can you control people, you can conjure something like this?
A god's power can be limitless, but they're too afraid to wield it.
Because to wield so much power goes against everything we exist for. To kill and consume, to pillage and murder. You're a monster, not a god. I will deal with Fawn. You three, focus your attention on Lucius.
Oh my god, don't die! I don't want any people dying here. It's fine.
I'll help. Wait, Sign! I'm not like the rest of you. I know that. I know that I probably can't do anything to help. But that's not going to stop me from trying.
With me, Sign.
Fawn moved slowly towards Varys and Sign, who quickly directed his attention away from us. In a split second, Fawn was upon them, lance in hand. Sign rolled to the side before jumping towards Fawn in an attempt to tackle him. Fawn easily danced away, but Varys was waiting for him.
Leave him to them. Rain, this is our duty.
All right, speakers against speaker.
You are no speaker, Lucius. I am. Rain is.
Hell yeah.
You're a hollow reflection of what you're meant to be.
After all you put the boy through, now you think of yourself as his mentor?
He will become everything that we couldn't.
The fighting kept going, and I could see Fawn closing in on Sign. He ducked and dodged, but didn't land a single hit. In fact, it seemed like he wasn't even trying to hit him.
Everything that you couldn't. I've made it further than any speaker has before me.
From my point of view, you've fallen further.
What?
Speaker's job is to protect their people, not to rule over them. You failed in your duties.
As if you know anything about being a speaker.
I might not know much, but I can at least tell right from wrong, which you seem to have trouble with.
With a smirk, Lucius clicked his fingers, and another beam of light shot out towards the other three.
Ah!
Varys! No. No. Oh god. Blood dripped down onto the marble floor from where Varys was pinned through the shoulder to the wall.
Varys!
He reached up, desperately clawing at the lance, but he couldn't pull it out. Before I could move to help...
That's one pest dealt with. Go on. Watch as your little human friends all die. I'll deal with you after. Perhaps if you're lucky, you'll be able to meet with the green one in the afterlife.
Sign turned, rushing towards Varys, but his back was exposed. Fawn charged at him, and Sign just managed to dodge by dropping to the ground. He stuck out his leg, tripping the blue-haired boy over. His lance rolled across the floor out of reach, and Sign instantly pounced. He pinned his arms above his head, and Fawn thrashed about with immense strength. He'd always been strong, sure, but this was something else. Something unnatural. Then something strange happened. With his palms upward, sparks began to fly, making Sign falter. Sparks? What? But before I had time to think of that, But before I had time to think on that train of thought,
Sorry about this, Fawn. I owe you one.
bam! Sign punched him across the face, and the light instantly flickered out of his eyes. He stopped kicking and fighting and slumped to the side.
Isn't this surprising? Well, no matter. There's plenty more like him.
Shut up!
Why?
Fawn is much stronger than you'll ever be.
Yes, that's obvious. That's why I'm sitting on a throne, and he's unconscious on the ground.
I turned my eyes away from Fawn towards someone I could help. Finally, Lucius stood up from his throne, descending towards us one step at a time. Everyone froze in place, scared to even breathe. No, Varys needs my help. In a few strides, I was at Varys' side. I reached up to remove the lance.
Leave it, Rain. It's no mere weapon. Even touching it burns. I'll be no help like this. Go back to the others.
No, you can't die. Not yet. We have too much left to do. The gods!
He gave me a soft smile, one that was meant to calm others, I'd learned.
This is far from the worst injury I've ever had. I just don't want to drag you down. You don't have to worry about me. And I would never abandon Ilron anyway.
My dog is angry at me. Hold on. Girl! Before my eyes, his mouth formed a perfect O as if he'd suddenly realized something. What?
I never thought I'd say this, but I think I preferred you two when you were chatty.
Oh my god.
It's no use. They're pretty much zombies.
A little thrashing will wake them up.
Elrond jumped to the side, narrowing, missing a blow. Wow.
And if it doesn't?
Then we keep going anyway. I have too much to protect for this to end here.
With a kick, Fawn sent skidding along the ground. Caspian cracked his knuckles and looked towards Leos.
Another one for me.
Varys, stay safe. Please don't do anything stupid.
Let's see if you can keep up, old man.
I'll hold them here for as long as it takes, if it means you'll come back safely.
What the old man?
Suddenly a loud crash sounded through the building and Fawn was gone. He ran faster than either of them could react. Ah, I see. As Lucius descended and his heels clacked against the marble floor, his eyes met with Emil's. With a slight nod of his head, he motioned for me to take Lucius's attention. I left Varys to my dismay and walked back towards the throne.
Why bother doing all of this? Why not use your powers for good?
There was no incantation or anything showy. Emil just vanished from sight. Around me, I noticed a slight shimmer. His fog. It's how his illusions work, isn't it? He hadn't really disappeared or gone anywhere. He was just tricking our minds.
Because the world betrays those that try to do good. Emil, I see you've been working on your party tricks. It's just too bad that they won't work on me.
Lucia's hand shot out, and Emil reappeared, his throat being crushed in an iron grip.
You think to use the very powers I trained you in to kill me? What part of your tiny brain told you that that would be a good idea? I know everything about you, from the memories that you wish to keep buried away, to the thoughts you wish you could forget. Nothing you do could surprise me.
Let him go!
I leapt at them, desperate to free Emil. Oh my god, I'm dying. I leapt at them, desperate to free Emil, but Lucius didn't jump to the side or try to dodge. He simply raised his arm and grasped my throat too.
A speaker for each hand. Well, isn't this charming?
I clawed at his icy fingers, but they dug in deeper. An alarm bell sounded throughout my entire body and I gasped for air, desperate to breathe, but nothing reached my lungs. It felt like my throat would collapse in on itself at any moment. It didn't feel like a human hand, it felt like a clamp, unmovable. Lucius stared into my eyes and I into his. They were dark and caring, empty. I'm going to die.
This would be too easy, wouldn't it? Don't worry. Neither of you will die here. Oh no. It will be far more painful than this.
Emil and I crashed into the ground with enough force to feel our bones rattle, but our pain was nothing compared to the bitter fury that radiated from Lucius, who had stumbled back to avoid. To avoid what? Behind him, one of his very own weapons jutted out of the stone, slightly embedded. His eye turned towards Sign, who was shaking his hand in pain.
Fuck! That was for fun, asshole!
Sign! Oh no, but I'm also worried about you. His palm was burnt, covered in red flesh. He picked up the lance that Fawn dropped. I desperately tried to regain my breath and steady my thoughts, but my head spun with the lack of oxygen. All I could manage were small, ragged gasps. What? I can read.
How dare you?
Keep your hands off my fiancé!
I'm sorry, I peeked. I slapped my chest. Ooh.
Playing house, are we?
Better than trying to play a maniac antagonist!
My eyes went wide with surprise at the sudden showdown. Sign with a sly grin on his face, and Lucius, whose grin had been wiped away. Rage and resentment flowed through the air, directed at Sign. It was so strong you could almost see it.
I think I've had enough of you, brat.
Step, step, step. His footsteps echoed through the near silent room. Sign rushed forward, charging towards Lucius, but he was ready. He swatted him to the side as if he weighed nothing. He hit the wall with a resounding thud before slumping over slightly.
Sign!
He's okay. Focus.
And then there were two.
You're not even worried about your son? How can you call yourself a mother?
He chose the losing side. I thought I taught him better.
Such a level-headed woman.
Disgusting.
Lucius charged forward, lance in one hand, and jabbed it directly at me. I managed to drop to the ground just in time. But there wasn't enough time to react to his next attack. There wasn't even time to think. The lance pierced my leg deep into the flesh. The pain spread throughout my entire body instantly and my mind went numb. If I had already been on the ground, it would have brought me to my knees in an instant. From my fingertips to my toes, a shock overcame all of my senses. The blade was forcefully pulled from my leg and blood gushed out from the wound almost instantly. Emil rushed over and pressed his palms down onto the wound, applying pressure. He glared back at Lucius, who looked as if he would attack again at any second.
Rain!
Sign's scream pierced? Ooh, maybe I should finish this whole thing. Sign's scream pierced through the room, finally conscious again. It was filled with burning hate, but also immense worry.
Sign! Go find the others! Quickly!
Sign struggled to stand, a line of blood dripping down his head. He knelt against a wall for support, but didn't look like he was going anywhere fast.
I can't! I won't leave you!
If you wish him to live, then you must!
Sign looked down to the ground with tear-filled eyes before turning to escape the room. The pain in my leg was immense as Lucius stared down at me, but the pain of watching Sign leave, not knowing if I'd ever see him again, was worse.
Running away yet again.
Oh, what a heartwarming moment that was. Young love and all that. Emil was much the same, once upon a time. How did that turn out for you again?
Shut your mouth. You have no right to speak about Caspian.
Still a touchy subject?
His voice was full of the same cocky confidence as before. I closed my eyes, wincing in pain. Emil still knelt by me, hands over my wound, but my pants were already seeping with blood. Lucius spun around, enjoying himself without a care in the world. Sign's mother lounged on the throne looking like she was at home.
And here I thought I'd have some competition. Is this really all the strength you could muster together?
Oh, sorry. With his back turned towards us, I quickly pulled Emil's ear down to my mouth.
I have an idea.
I don't like how this sounds.
Get the blade that's signed through. It'll be painful, but it might be our only chance.
Man, are you gonna stab yourself?
You want me to use it on him?
I smiled at him through my pain, aware how insane I was about to sound. Boy!
I want you to stab me.
And his face too, he's like, what?
Whispering, are we? This should be fun. Go ahead.
What? Draw him close at the same time. Neither of us are fast or strong enough to hurt him. This is the only way I can think to defeat him.
Oh my god.
You're crazy. Absolutely insane. There's 1,000 ways this could go wrong. You can barely control it yet.
What other choice do we have is what Rain is saying. Rain! Come on, Meal. Look at his face. Look at his smile.
Fine. Fine, I'll do it.
You know, I can't help but feel sorry for you.
Oh?
You've given me a chance to do something you could never do. Be a speaker and protect my people.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know how long is left in the game, so we're just gonna keep going. Oh, ooh. In case, like, it ends up being... Maybe I should stop here. In case there ends up being, like, a whole other 30 minutes on top of this. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you're interested in playing this game yourself, links are in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!